Quick video how to play with some of the cards. As you can see, I have used these ones a lot. Okay. They all come in pairs with different images. One way that you can play with these cards is by turning this one side down, and your child gets to pick which two are the correct ones and match the correct shapes. Another way that you can do that is remember the least amount of options that you have is 2, so the least amount of cards that you can use is 4, but you can use 4 and then other 4 cards, etc., etc. Another way is you increment the amount of cards. Basically, you go from 4 to 6, 8, 10, etc., etc. Now, another way that you can play with the kiddos is by identifying. So we can identify the color, we can identify the color is blue, animal is a cow, amount of eyes, amount of mouth, horns, even letter identification on this one can be possible. How amount of legs that the cow has, and if you want to make it more counting, you can also count how many patches the cow has. Same thing with the rectangle. What is this? It's a rectangle, but the rectangle is divided into 4 smaller rectangles. You can even go ahead and count the flowers. What color are the flowers? What color is the inside of the flower? What shape is the inside of the flower? And again, you can go recognize the letters, recognize the word. You can also do counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you can do addition and subtraction. If you have 4 cards, but I want 2, how many cards do you have? How many cards do I have? If you need 3 cards, I'm going to take 1 away from you. I'm going to take 1 away from you. How many cards do you have now? How about if the 2 that you have, I give you 2 more? Another activity that you can also do is shuffling with the cards. This is a lot of hand dexterity, digit association. You mentioned the bilateral coordination. It has attention to the task, etc., etc. If it's hard for the child to shuffle the cards like this, please just let the child just divide it into 2s, 3s, or 4s. You can even put them on the table, scramble them, push them together. You can allow the child to deal. And then whenever they're dealing, you can make them count. You can deal yourself if you want to make, if you're working waiting time. So instead of just going fast like you normally would, you can slow down. Even more without even having to say to the child, oh, you have to wait. You can also call the names. Who's going to identify the names faster? Dark. And instead of the colors or anything else, you're just going to base it on the shape. Square, dog, blue. Oops, you missed because you were supposed to say the animal. And vice versa. These are some of the things that you can say. Also, if you're working on categorization, for example, you can use one of the animals and you can use one of the shapes. Like the triangle, for example, show me the animal. Which one is the animal? This one. Which one is the shape? This one. How many corners this has? 1, 2, 3. So it's what? A triangle. There's so many variations of the cards that you can use, to be honest. And these are just a few ideas. Just a couple of ideas to try out. For example, with a circle. The circle goes round, and you can also, like I'm doing here, go with your finger around the shape. That way it gets into their head. They better understand the shapes. It gets into their heads. How many circles the big circle has? 1, 2, 3. How many colors? 1, 2, 3. What colors are they? It's red, yellow, and green. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what type of toys you would like to see me use and which toys you would like to see me giving you other ideas how to play with.